Hey everybody, it's me, Brad, here at the Mini Guitar Review. Today, I'm going to try to not make this take too long. I like to keep it to a mini guitar review, but I'm going to do two guitars at one time. They are both PRS S2. This one here is the Custom 24. See that there? I probably should have cleaned it up a little bit, you know, throw some polish on it or whatever, but I didn't. And the other one will be this PRS, and this is the standard 24. So let's let you get a look at that. Now the reason I'm going to do them both at the same time is because I bought this one is completely stock. I bought it, you know, brand new. This one I bought off Reverb used. What's not stock about it is the pickups. It has Fat Cats, Seymour Duncan Fat Cats, and it sounds pretty good. So I never put the other pickups back in it. It sounds pretty good to me. You'll hear it here in a moment. But I'm going to start out with this one. So I had somebody say to me, why don't you do some reviews and use a little clean tone? And you know, it's true, the other reviews I've been doing have all been distorted or driven, so I figure I'm going to add some clean tone into this one so you can just get an idea. And I might actually go back and just do some individual reviews on some of the ones I've already done on clean tone. Probably not the Randy Rhoads one though. So, right now we're in the bridge setting. I think these are 8515s, Paul Reed Smith pickups in this. The thing about the S series is the body, the neck, everything is made here in the United States, in Maryland. But I think some of the other parts, like the pickups and the electronics and the tuners, which they are PRS locking tuners, I think are the same thing that you might get in one of the higher grade SEs. So I was on the fence when I was first, you know, this ain't going to be a mini review at all. When I was first buying a PRS, I really wanted one. I loved the body style. I mean, look how beautiful this thing is. Minus the fingerprints and my sweat and all that stuff. I mean, it's just got a beautiful finish. This is the whale blue. But I went down to a couple of the big box stores, and so like Guitar Center, and the Guitar Center down in, we just got one not too far away in Hagerstown, Maryland, but prior to that we had to travel like to I think it's Rockville, and for some reason they had some sort of negotiation, a contract that they couldn't sell new PRSs because Chuck Levins did, and then Chuck Levins couldn't sell something, so they only had used PRSs. And you know, everybody likes to play something before you buy it, you know, even if it's not the exact one that you buy. And I had enough money to buy any of the ones I wanted. I went in and I played their private stocks. The only thing is they're all used, and I just didn't feel like they were set up that great. Probably if they had set those guitars up really nice, it probably would have hooked me and I would have walked away. I mean, they look beautiful and you could tell the craftsmanship was just unreal. So then you look at the S2s, and you know, you wonder, well, would it be all right for me to go with an S2? And so I did. And the reason I have two S2s is because, well, first of all, this was the style that caught my eye, only I wanted white. And it was on back order. I think it was through Sweetwater I bought them, or was going to buy them. So whenever I ordered it, my rep, and Sweetwater's really good, my rep, he got a hold of me and said, well, you might not see that for a year. They're not really building those. And that was, of course, in, you know, when the pandemic was hitting hard. And I think they were probably down workers, and they were probably focusing on what their biggest dollar makers were. So they weren't making those ones. So this was the next one that I really liked, and this one was in stock. So I just went ahead and pulled the trigger on this. Beautiful guitar. And I'll tell you what, man, it just feels fabulous. Also has the coil splits. The real nice thing about these PRSs and these pickups, and I like these pickups, I've heard some people complain about them in PRS groups on Facebook and stuff. But I understand, you like what you like, and maybe they just don't like them. But I've had plenty of guitars that had this coil split, and when you split them, you just lose a ton of volume. Here you just lose more body than volume. Honestly, it plays like $1 million, and you guys know me. I like Harley Bentons. I like cheap guitars, and you know, I can tell you I don't think they play as good as this. You got to work them a little bit, but I enjoy that also because these Hiramers play too good, you know. Alright, now we're on the middle position, both pickups. Coil split. Coil split. Alright, next. Split. this, eh? Beautiful guitar. Beautiful. All right. We're going to switch over here now. So I think this one's probably a little older than that one, and I'm not sure if it came with the 8515 pickups. I think they were an older style pickup originally. Like I said, these ones have the Seymour Duncan Fat Cats. Pretty much the same setup. This pulls too, but these Fat Cats are actually like P90s, so you know P90 is a single coil, so they don't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Oops, pulled the butt knob off. So basically it's just a tone and the volume, and we got switching of the pickups. So man, we're on 13 minutes already, folks. I might have to call this the Unmini Mini guitar review. So we're gonna start out, you know, I guess we'll start out on the neck, clean. And I usually put it, you know, in text in the video. I've been doing these reviews through a Blackstar HT 60 Soloist, which they don't make anymore. I got a really good deal on it from Sweetwater. Like, you know, I was checking them out and looking at them. It had all the details I liked, like a boost, stuff like that. And I think at first they wanted like $900 for it, and then all of a sudden it was like on clearance down to like 400 and some. So I bought it. I love it. Played many shows with it. Never let me down. Another little story about that is actually with the Blackstar brand, I started off with the HT5. And I really ended up liking that. And so it's loud enough to play like small clubs, you know. It is loud enough, but the thing is when you want to start getting over top of some drums for solos or get out in the front, it had a little trouble with that. And when you have it boosted, cranked all the way, of course, you're breaking up the whole time. That's good for some things, but not everything. So the HT60, plenty of room. I like Blackstar. I like trying brands that not everybody has or tries. You know, everybody loves Marshall, Fender. I do have a few Fender amps too. I also have some amps that a friend made for me. I guess that would be considered like a boutique handmade amp. Very nice, but the Blackstars seem to be pretty solid. So I've been using them for live shows. Now I'm going down to the bridge. Kind of get that little bit of spank out of it. Alright, we're to the middle one. Bridge. I mean, neck. There you have it, folks. Beautiful guitar. Look at that. Love it. You know, I do a lot of these. They're overdriven. And I love metal. But most of the music I play, to be honest with you, is usually clean or just a little dirty. Blues or... But I started out my foot metal, and I don't ever want to completely lose it. It's hard to, you know, I'm not like famous or anything like that, and I can't say I really want to be. But it's definitely hard to make a little bit of extra dough, I think, playing metal. I know a lot of those folks, they go, I mean, unless they've hit a higher tier, you know, they'll go play shows where there's 4 or 5 bands, and a lot of times they don't even get paid. You know, us musicians, we're worth the dime. I mean, this world spins around on music. People would be lost without it. So don't ever just let them take you for a ride. Get what you're worth, because I guarantee you, there's bars and them places, they're making money off of you. I know sometimes you got to get in the door, you got to lower the price. That's understandable. All right, I'm done preaching now. Well, you know, like I said, I like all guitars. I like cheap ones. These are definitely, they got a feel that's above what I consider, you know, lower budget guitars. I feel like I can make the lower budget guitars sing and talk too, and I like that. I like the challenge. And you can also make them feel a little bit better too by, you know, dressing up the frets and, you know, getting the action where you want and stuff. But I mean, this is just a solid, nice feeling guitar. You know, I would say it's like mid-line, I guess, of PRS, which it's crazy because I think I paid like 2,000. No, I only paid 800 bucks for this one used, but I believe that they go for around 2,000 new, and this one I did pay 2,000 new. To me, that's a lot of money. I mean, I have an American Stratocaster that cost me way less than that. And I mean, if you buy an American professional Stratocaster, you're even going to get a case. I got a really nice gig bag with this, and gig bags are cool and they come in handy, and I use them, you know, to go to shows and carry my stuff. But I don't know, I kind of think when you pay that kind of money, they ought to give you a case, a real case. That's my only gripe, I guess. I think it's really expensive. At the same time, one thing I like to tell people, you know, when I hear them complain about expensive guitars and American guitars, is those folks got to make a living. You know, it ain't cheap to make guitars. Nobody's going to go work at your company if you pay them minimum wage. You know, what kind of quality instrument are you going to get if you got people working for minimum wage? So, you know, I like to support folks here in America. I bought both of these guitars throughout the pandemic because PRS isn't really all that far away from me. So, you know, I think you're helping out another person. It might be your neighbor when you're spending your money here in America. Once again, I got nothing against the foreign guitars. I own plenty of them. And you pay cheaper for that. I hope that it helps somebody there put food on their table. You know, cost of living's different and stuff like that. I don't know if it does or not, but that's kind of what you're battling with in a certain way. Is so for you folks who complain about the price of these American guitars, just remember that somebody's working for a dime. And if you go to somebody who hand makes guitars, custom makes them, even a little bit more respect from them, because I've done the math on the hours it takes to build a guitar and then divided it against the price, and they still ain't making a whole lot of money, like a living, you know, to make a living. So, hey, if you're feeling froggy, you know, go out and get yourself a PRS S2, man. Look at those finishes. I mean, they're just beautiful, and they just feel great. Go do it. Later. I'm Brad Munn. Please like or subscribe.